who had a Highland fling with a wee prince.
She's the bonniest Braveheart of pop. Mel Gibson sounded more Scottish, though.
Until recently, Sheena Easton, a 19-year-old drama student from Glasgow, was just another pretty girl with a good voice who had dreams of becoming a pop star.
I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I went into school one day, got a call saying that they had been approached by a researcher at the BBC saying they were looking for singers for a show. I had already auditioned for anything that came into town. You know, I was like a real go-getter. I was desperate to get a break.
Yes, plucky young Sheena was destined for the big time in a sort of Esther Ranson-inspired 80s version of Pop Stars.
My world round no single man, but I'm getting by, doing what I can.
When The Big Time first came out, it was the first show in the UK to do that type of thing, to pluck an unknown and to make them a star. And she was so frumpy, if you look back. She was your average girl from Scotland. And I know she said that she would have made it without the TV programme. I find that hard to believe.
All I want to be is a modern girl. Na, na, na. My voice sounds terrible.
She was ferociously intelligent, bright, and really keen to learn every aspect about the music business. She was great.
Doesn't matter how talented you are, if people don't know you, don't hear you, then you're not going to get your record played, you're not going to get any of the public's focus. So it was a wonderful vehicle to launch me. He wakes and says hello.
Sheena was polished, preened and packaged, ready for the great record-buying public.
The British public, who are fab, all publics, they're all fab, because they really know. They're the people who really know.
We still pick up anybody and say, this is a star. And everyone go, yes, it's a star. I'll go and buy their record. So no matter how rubbish the record is, like Hearsay or Sheena Easton, people go and buy it.
Sheena had her knockers, but thanks to the TV show, she was a pop sensation with 2 top 10 hits at the same time.
She was one of the most focused people I've ever met, ever worked with. She was totally determined to be successful.
If I had been completely talentless, the television show would have just shown me up for being, you know, talentless.
Whatever Sheena did have, the Americans couldn't get enough of it. After hitting #1 in the US, she soon packed her trunk and waved goodbye to rainy Scotland.
I took off like a rocket in the States and was very consistent. I was able to continue to have success, you know, after success and hit after hit.
Sheena's biggest career break was snagging the Bond theme, the ultimate rogering.
We got the Bond situation for Sheena, and we were the very first to ever have her on the screen. I mean, we opened up that whole career internationally by me saying to Cubby, I want her on the screen.
All Sheena's dreams had come true, culminating in a duet with bearded country legend Kenny Rogers. But she sought a new direction.
She just decided that she wanted to be more aggressive on stage, change her look, change her clothes.
Sheena unleashed her sugar walls on an unsuspecting public, a filthy-minded hit penned by new chum Prince.
I was unbelievably concerned that she was going to stand on a stage and say to 10,000 people, why don't you come inside my sugar walls and tell me that that's not offensive? Hey, that's rubbish.
Take advantage. It's all right.
She was definitely a sort of sex symbol at that point, which was interesting to me, that this cute little girl was now talking about, you know, heaven inside my thingy.
Sheena's second coming caused moral panic, but she seemed to be relishing her collaboration with the Purple Pixie.
kind of taught her how to be a bit more of a proper pop star instead of just this kind of dull-looking cabaret singer who got a lucky break on Esther Ranson's show, for God's sake.
But Esther's Girl had truly made it stateside, getting hitched to Crockett on Miami Vice and making a mint out of exploiting the fat.
Give me 7 minutes. Just 7 minutes. And I'll give you a stomach you can bounce a quarter on.
She has become so Americanized, and I think that Scottish people know when someone's been a bit phony.
And this bitterness resulted in an unhappy homecoming for Sheena.
There can't be anything worse than going home to your hometown and getting canned off. I mean, I'd have been in tears, I'd have been in bits if it had been me.
Her latest UK comeback as a disco diva was a blatant attempt to grab the pink pound. But sadly, it was a pop flop, and Sheena scuttled back to the States.
I think Sheena Easton found it difficult when she came back because, one, there is the affinity of the TV show, but we haven't really followed her career from then on. She's not seen as a resident, if you like. We don't have any warmth to her.
Today, Sheena can be found in Las Vegas, still banging on about the intercity timetables.
If you're an artist, you got to create. And if I wasn't selling records or selling theater tickets or selling, audiences in Broadway or Las Vegas, I'd be working at your local wine bar singing in the corner.
It's not all fun being a princess.